So what you all really want to do is make sure you and your people on a daily basis know where you're at. So you can say, okay guys, so today, based on where you're at, you would say, today guys, we have to get $180 in sales. However we get it, it doesn't matter, we have to get $180 in sales. So that can come from adding a new member, that can be from upgrading certain members or even just one member depending on the difference of an upgrade. That can come from ancillary sales. That can come from collecting some money that was owed to you. Of course, that really doesn't show the right way, but in your P&L, depending on how you're doing your financial statements, that at least does show that you're collecting more money this particular month, even though it should be attributed to that previous month that you should have gotten it. But you go, okay, cool. These are all the different ways that we can go ahead and earn more money. We can get new people. We can go ahead and upgrade the people we have into a higher tier program. We can sell them more things. We can find ways to collect more money, or we can bring in money that we were owed. We can also win back members, which to me is the same thing as getting a member, but win back. How many members do we have paused? We might have 200, 300 members paused, especially since this pandemic. We probably have a lot, right? So can we get some win backs? If we get 10 win backs, 13 win backs this month, that alone could really make a huge dent, especially if on the win back you can upgrade them into something big as well. So now every day you know this is what we need to get. If we get this, we are on pace. If we get ahead of it, we are crushing pace, and what that does is the exact opposite.
What's your, explain to me the difference between, in your perspective, sales, marketing, and retention, like how those three play a role in your business?
I mean, at the end of the day, marketing is getting that message out and putting it out in front of the masses. The sales prospect of it, and I love what you guys had said, is, listen, if somebody doesn't buy from you, you didn't solve their problem. And that's what it is. So now I really look at the sales side of the problem solving, right? And retention is simply the delivery of that promise, right? Nobody that's making major gains or losing 10, 15, 20 pounds, and sometimes it's not even weight loss, right? Sometimes that delivery of that promise is that you really did make them feel like they're part of a family. Again, quote Corbin when they say, we don't quit gym membership, we don't quit relationships, right? We quit gym memberships. Right. So again, making these people feel like it's a big deal. Like one of the things we do is we do what's called Troop of the Month. We make a big deal about it. We do one at each location. Their next month is free. We give them a nice big wooden plaque. And then at the end of the year, we take all of the Troop of the Months and we pick one Troop of the Year per location. And those people never pay for SOLDIERFIT again. It's free for the rest of their lives. And so being able to sit there and put that out there, make them feel that, that connectedness, making them feel special, that is how I separate those things. And they all work in cohort together for you to be able to be successful.
What do you think are some of the biggest changes that you've made that you believe have allowed you to start getting these types of numbers?
Yeah, great question. So it's honestly an amalgamation of a lot of the things that I've been doing over the last 3 years, because I've been fortunate enough to be with SOLDIERFIT for the last 3 years, and pretty much that entire time we've been partnered with you guys for the lead generation and the sales knowledge and training, and it's all from the LRVT, the new certification course that you have, the video call with you. Big part of what I did change was I started to ask better questions, and I allowed the leads to more sell themselves than me sell them on the membership. And the last thing is that I ended up not caring if they signed up or not. I know that's a hard thing for a salesperson to do, for anybody to do, because you genuinely care about these people. And if you're a business, especially post-COVID, you want to have everyone sign up who comes in, so that way you can help people and stay in business. But the change in mindset of, I'm here to help them, and I'm going to do the best that I can, but this isn't something that I need to have happen today. And so I'm going to just do everything I can to be there for them.
Now, if you love numbers like I love numbers, this is going to be sexy to you. If you hate numbers, I'm sorry, okay? So let me know in the comments really quick. Do you think numbers are sexy, or do you think they're disgusting? Let me know what you think. I don't think there's anybody in the middle. Okay, so $2,000 ad budget. Imagine that was your ad budget, okay? And let's say you were paying $20 per lead. If you were paying $20 per lead, which is about $5 more than the average cost per lead we get here for clients at Loud Rumor,
that means you would have got 100 leads with a $2,000 ad budget, right? 2,000 divided by 20 is 100. So you would have got 100 leads. Now let's say, these are all averages, by the way. These aren't numbers that the best of the best get. These are average numbers. Let's say you were, like the average, making contact with only 50% of those 100 leads. That means you would have reached 50 people, meaning you paid $40 per conversation. That's $2,000 ad budget. Divide that by 50 people that you reach, that equals $40. So you paid $40 to have a conversation with an opportunity. If you booked 60% of those people, that means 60% of 50 is 30 people. You paid $66 and change per book. That's what you paid per booked appointment. Now, if out of those, 75% of those 30 showed up, you paid $87 per show because 75% is 30 is 23. 2,000 divided by 23 is 87, okay? If 33% of those 23 closed, right? You only closed 1 out of every 3. That means you got 8 new members. And when you divide 2,000 divided by 8, that means you spend $250 to acquire a customer. Now, if you get $160 average per sale, that means that 8 times 160, you in that first month made $1,280. Obviously, you're going to make that next month as well, and you're going to get more. So that's the idea, compounds. But you made $1,280 just in that month. Now, over the course of 6 months, if that's your average retention, which is average, okay, that means at $1,280 multiplied by 6, that value is $7,680 average revenue is what you gained in that month off that $2,000 investment. It's not bad. It's not good. I think it's average, right? And if you're like me, you don't care about average. You care what are the best doing. I don't want to know what the average are doing. I want to know what the best are doing. I don't want to be compared to average. So, but here's what the average person does. The average person says, we need to get the lead cost down. Meaning if we got the lead cost down by 25%, they'd be happy, right? $20, $15, they'd be happy. What if we did that? What if cost per lead went down by 25%, but everything else stayed the same? Well, let's look at the impact that it actually makes, okay? That means this is what you had, right? You would have closed 8 people. If you look at the math, right? Now you would have closed 10. Because you paid $15 per lead, that means you got 133 leads. All the other things stay the same. Your 33% close rate would have given you 10 sales now. Your cost per acquisition would have only cost you $200. Not bad. At the end of it all that, you really only made an extra $320. When you do the math on that month. Over the course of 6 months, you made an extra almost $2,000. Again, not bad, not good. You improved by 25%. How is it not really good? Because you didn't improve the whole thing by 25%. You improved 1/7 of the problem by 25%. 1/7 of it. You didn't improve 7/7 of it. You improved 1/7 of it by 25%. That's almost nothing. That's why it's so small. But what if the contact rate increased by 25%? So go back, look at this. By decreasing the cost per lead only, everything else stay the same, you made an extra $320. But if, let's say, the cost per lead stayed the same, and everything else stayed the same, but you just got a hold of more of these people by 25%, you actually made $160 more. That's not $160 more than before. That's $160 more than your plan to lower the cost per lead by 25%. So by you increasing your contact rate by 25%, you actually make more money than if we drop our cost per lead by 25%. That's what's more valuable, number one. But what if the book rate increased by 25% and nothing else did? Cost per lead stayed the same, contact rate stayed the same, just one metric. We got more people booked, 25% more. Same thing. You made $160 more by increasing the book rate and nothing else by 25% than you would have if you decreased the cost per lead by 25% and nothing else. So those 2 things are more powerful, and we got 5 other ones, okay? What if all sales efforts increased by 12.5%? That's half. 12.5%, but the cost per lead stayed the same. Ready? Watch this. You still got 100 leads at $20 a lead, but you got 17 new members, 3,000 revenue brought in, meaning you already paid for your ad budget and got a 50% ROI on the first month. Keep in mind that 3,000, at least a good portion of it should be there next month as well if you're any good at keeping people, and it keeps compounding. Over the course of 7 months, you got 13,000 more than you would have gotten if you just lowered the cost per lead by 25%. You made $21,400 versus whatever it was, $7,000, right? That's the difference. Now, it doesn't mean we don't want to drop the cost per lead. Obviously, that needs to happen.
My point is that's only one of 7 levels. If you can work on the other 6, that's really where the impact is made. Because dropping something by even 50%, if it's only 1/7 of the problem, it's not as good as fixing 6/7 of the problem or 7/7 of the problem by even 5 or 10%. You guys follow me on that? Yeah? 7 levels, or 7 basic levels to raise ROI in the beginning stages of acquiring a member, okay? I want you to focus on improving all 7. So know your numbers, because when you know your numbers, you go, okay, how can we get more of these people to show next time? How can we were at 67% show, how can we get to 69 or 70% show? We were at a 33% close, how can we get to 38 or 40% close, right? These are the things you look to improve, and little by little, you take little baby steps forward, but those little steps make big, big moves, okay?